early morning rain, but nothing terrible. But last night's rain, God did it rain. And it is really opening up the potholes. So, unfortunately, I don't know, those need to get fixed before we start with our tourist season, but we'll see. Well, because it's coming up on the end of the quarter and I have 18 million things to do, one of the other things I've got to do is make sure everybody's accounts are all set. So I'm going to have to do some paperwork as the next step of today, and then go back and check and see how everything is going. Should be going pretty good. Pretty straightforward today. You know, I've done a lot of things in my life, and construction's been one of those long-term ones. And so I've built, you know, new houses, energy efficient houses. I've remodeled commercial places, done ski lodges, all kinds of stuff. But I have to tell you that renovating is probably one of the hardest things to do, because you're always constantly making changes. You make a plan, and you know, you can't see what's back there. So you make a basic plan, and then you start to take it apart and realize, no, it doesn't work. You've got to change the plan again to something else that's going to work better. So it's a constant process, whereas with like new construction, you just start. As long as you're square, level, everything else, you can go up from there, and it's relatively easy. But renovations are a constant thinking thing. And a lot of people just don't understand that. That's why renovations end up costing way more than if you were to do a new construction, because you've got to be constantly changing this, constantly changing that, adapt, and put it back in. New construction, much easier. Oh, one of the other things while we're talking construction, because it keeps coming up, people think that you can buy cheap land, which that's a relative concept. I mean, if you live in New York or San Francisco, yeah, it's dirt cheap compared to there, and especially given that it's an island and you can get oceanfront and all that stuff. But things are not all that cheap, and when it comes to building, you've got a ton of things to have to decide when you're building a place. But I'll tell you again, the basic bottom of the barrel building, new construction, is going to start at $250 a square foot. So if somebody tells you they're going to do that for less, I wish you luck, because if you don't have a written contract and it's a real thing, you're going to end up paying 3-4 times that by the time you're done. Trust me. I've seen it plenty of times. So for those who are thinking of, you know, coming down here, building a house, thinking you're going to get it for the same, and the reason I thought of this was I was with some people not long ago, and where they live, they can get a brand new house built for $140 a square foot. And I said, as far as I know, anybody I know, there's no way you're going to get a house built for $140 a square foot. It's just not happening here. You've got to import everything. The process is different than the US. The procedures are different. So, boy, if you could build it for $140, you'd be doing pretty good. You'd get a lot of houses. But as far as I've ever seen, $250 is probably about the bottom of the barrel, and then from then it just goes up, depending on what you want. Yep, the cistern is full. We got a ton of rain yesterday.